Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Jimmy Dore Show. I'm here with Ron Placone and the Miserable Liberal. They switched up seats today.
Craziness.
Curveball.
I'm miserable.
Steph has a Dottie Hands t-shirt on. You can't see it. Hey, everybody. Guess what's going on, though? I remember a little jag-off comedian who hangs out in nightclubs where people drink late into the night. And I remember that guy saying something like, well, if Donald Trump becomes president, this would probably be really bad for the Republican Party and actually might be a springboard for progressives to take over the government. As opposed to if Hillary Clinton became president, it would just solidify the Republican control at every other level of government. Senate, House, state houses, you know, like how they are right now. The Democrats are completely wiped out after 8 years of Barack Obama's right-wing policies. Pro-Wall Street, pro-war, pro-big pharma, pro-big oil policies. That doesn't win you votes unless you're super good speaker who's super charming and handsome. And that's why Barack Obama got elected. He was a super good speaker and charming. His policies sucked hard. And so what I said, I don't know if you remember that jag-off comedian, I do, him saying that if Donald Trump became president, it might be bad for the Republicans and might be good for the progressives.
Now, I don't remember a jag-off comedian saying that, but in fairness, I might have been at brunch.
Because if Hillary was president, we'd all be at brunch right now, right? Is that what you're talking
time.
about? Is that what you're saying? Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? House Speaker Paul Ryan to retire in blow to Republicans. That's not a Jerry Sandusky blow. That's just a blow. U.S. House Speaker Paul Ryan to retire and blow to Republicans. Wait a minute. The Republicans have the White House. They have the Senate. They have the House. Why would he want to leave power? Oh, maybe because Trump is poison to the Republican Party? Mr. Ryan joins nearly 30 House Republicans who have announced this year that they are retiring outright. Huh? Why would you retire when you're in power? When you have complete control of government, you can do whatever you want.
You know, Jimmy, it's almost like they don't like their own policies.
It's almost like they don't like their own policies. He doesn't want to have to go home and defend a bloated military budget, a tax bill that screws everyone except the 1%, and repealing health care for everybody, which they weren't able to do because guess what happened? All the Democrats stuck together and the purple state senators stuck together with the Democrats and opposed Trump's repealing health care, just like I said they would. The Democrats got in bed with Trump to bloat the military budget. They got in bed with Trump to repeal Dodd-Frank, Wall Street regulation. They could have opposed all those things because those are highly unpopular. They didn't. There's no accounting for how shitty the Democrats are going to be. That's the thing. I couldn't bake that into my predictions of just how god-awful the Democrats moved to the right after they lost to Trump. They became war hawks more. They keep attacking Trump from the right, wanting him to go to war with Russia. I had no idea. They turned their back on DACA. They promised to build Trump's wall for him. They bragged that they gave him the money to build his wall. They turned their back on DACA. They bragged about giving war. They went along with his bloated military budget, deregulating Wall Street. And now they want him to bomb Syria and start a war with Russia. Ryan joins nearly 30 House Republicans who have announced this year that they're retiring outright. I don't know. I guess we all should have just voted for Hillary Clinton and everything would be great right now. Everything would be great and no one would be mad at me. Democrats need 23 seats to take over the House.
Good luck.
The Democrats suck. They still suck. Do you know that the Democrats are to the right of John Boehner on the drug war? That's right. John Boehner is now pro-marijuana legalization, pro-marijuana research, all that stuff. And the Democrats still to the right of him. In a Wednesday morning news conference, Mr. Ryan said his decision was family-related. You all know that I did not seek this job, he said. I took it reluctantly, but I have given this job everything I have. No regrets whatsoever for having accepted this responsibility. I have no regrets whatsoever for having accepted this responsibility. He has no legislative successes to talk about except things that are highly unpopular.
But I didn't seek this out. Heroes are recruited.
He continued, but the truth is, it's easy for it to take over everything in your life, and you just can't let that happen. The 48-year-old father of 3 said he did not want to be known by his children as an only a weekend dad. That is such a load of shit.
I don't know about that, Jimmy. I mean, we all know that most parents decide it's time to spend more time with their children when their children are teenagers. Yeah. Right? 'Cause that's when they want you around all the time.
They want you around on their dates, chaperoning.
Want you to drop them off a block away. That's like the most quality time. It's
You know how teenagers are always hanging around the house?
Yeah.
And even when they are home, it's not like they're in their room looking at their computer. So he's leaving because he's afraid of losing his seat. Do you see what's happening in Wisconsin right now? What's happening in Wisconsin right now is a state senator just got, a Democrat just won a red state for state senator in a special election. And a state Supreme Court Democrat just won a seat on the state Supreme Court. And that hasn't happened since 1995. Scott Walker, the governor of Wisconsin, tried to delay special elections inside Wisconsin because he knew they would lose. And now there's this. Paul Ryan is quitting. It's because he really wants to spend more time with his kids now that they're almost all the way grown up.
I wonder if he's worried about medical health coverage for his family when he leaves this position.
I wonder. Probably not. Here's Jennifer Rubin. She's a conservative writer. She said instead of achieving the entire GOP agenda, Ryan will leave a besmirched legacy defined by his decision to back, enable, and defend Trump, no matter how objectionable Trump's rhetoric and conduct. That's his legacy. He didn't stand up to Trump. He joined him. Isn't that awesome? The guy who said that. There are good people on both sides. There's good neo-Nazis. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I remember a jag-off comedian saying something like this. I don't know. But what that jag-off comedian did not count on is just how shitty the Democrats were actually going to be. So I predict mixed results in November. I don't know. I say it'll be a little, it won't be as overwhelming as the 2006. We'll see. Because the Democrats still don't stand for anything. They still won't run on anything. Look what Doug Jones did in Alabama. As soon as he got elected to the Senate as a Democrat in Alabama, he turned on the people who elected him. I don't know what the fuck the Democrats...
It feels like the Republicans are running away from being Republican, and then they're coming into the Democratic Party and making it even worse.
Yes.
It's
so
like
those people who
one party. We've got one party.
The people who are normal Republicans are in the Democratic Party. That's the problem. Starting with Hillary Clinton. She's a normal Republican. She's a pro-business, pro-Wall Street, pro-war, pro-fossil fuel person who gutted welfare, deregulated Wall Street, and exploded our prison population. That's called a fucking Republican. Get out of the Democratic Party. There's already a party for you. She already loves guys like Max Boot. She loves guys like David Frum. She loves guys like Henry Kissinger. Get the fuck out of our party. Well, that's why I'm saying we should go. I'm with Nick Brana. We got to start a third party.
Go Tim Canova.
Go Tim Canova. Tim Canova's now an independent. He's running. So there you go. We'll see what happens. But again, I predict we'll see. Fingers crossed that we have a progressive wave in fingers crossed.
Well, I think it's important to point out too that like when the AHCA was going down, Paul Ryan was the whipping boy, deservedly so. But Paul Ryan was the whipping boy. So it's definitely this administration that moved this guy to his breaking point.
What do you
which
mean?
is great.
So when they were trying to repeal Obamacare,
Right.
Paul Ryan was the whipping boy of who?
For the Republicans.
Oh, he was the whip.
He was the.
Oh,
yeah.
So he whipped the rest of the people to get behind it. You mean
He tried to,
Oh,
and
he
then when
didn't-
it failed, he took the heat.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Oh, you think he did take the heat?
I think he did, absolutely. I mean, he was the face of it. That
I thought
took
it was
the
John
blame.
McCain. Everybody blamed John McCain, right? Because he did that. Remember? No, maybe I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying I don't. I'm. You're probably right. I haven't. So
He was the guy that took the heat when they basically had nothing.
yeah.
When they didn't have a replacement, it was Paul Ryan.
Well, it's like, dude, you've been running on repeal and replace for 8 years, and now you have
And now
power.
there's no
Where's your
replace.
replace? There is no replace. They didn't have one. They know because Obamacare was their plan to begin with, which is why the Democrats suck so bad. Which is why we have Trump. Which is why we probably will have mixed results this November.
John McCain, when he did his thing, he got a bunch of pat on the backs from conservatives in denial, which is that's what I call moderates these days. But
Yeah.
So Paul Ryan, he just took flack, and now he's done.
You would think, Jimmy, at this point that the Democrats would start seizing this opportunity,
Ah!
right?
So it looks like. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go
No.
ahead. Well, the whole thing is what are their corporate overlords going to want? So that's the problem with the Democratic
That's
Party.
what-
We're completely controlled by their donors.
The same people have a complete ownership of Paul Ryan and Nancy Pelosi. So, okay, so there you go. We'll see what happens. Glad to report this story. And, June 30th, we're going to be in Portland, Oregon. I hope you can come see us there. There's a link for tickets right there.
Get them quick.
And please, they're going fast. So please make sure you're subscribed, by the way. Even if you think you are subscribed to the show, please check and then ring that bell so they give you a notification when we drop videos. They're trying to suppress the show. So please, you have to fight back a little bit. And if you can become a patron, we give you hours of bonus material every week. Thanks for your support. And we're on Steam It. We're steaming it right now.
Solid chat.
And we have a Solid Chat Saturdays. Every Saturday at 2 p.m., we do
Pacific.
a live, 2 p.m. Pacific, we do a live Solid Chat, and we answer your questions. Whew, that's a lot of stuff to say at the end.